Smart contract security is one of the most important aspects of any crypto project, and it could be a very lucrative career if you decide to specialize in this. Now, audits has been a thing for a long time, and every project needs to be secured to make sure there are no bugs, people's funds are protected, and the best way to do it is to pay a professional to go through the contracts, go through their projects, and make sure to fix any potential threats. So I found this question that says smart contract security future. It says, will there be any jobs in the future if the market goes down in a bear market? And it was quite interesting to me because I realized that auditing is a very seasonal type of job because not most projects need auditing, and those that do audit their projects, they have the funds, and audits can be very expensive. They can go from $1,000 to $100,000 or $1 million or more in costs because, well, there is a lot of code, there's a lot of attack vectors that need to be protected and dealt with. So what do I think about this? I think that security is a very seasonal thing, and it can be affected by bear markets and bull markets, And when the market is down, when nobody's making money, when the prices of all cryptos are going down, naturally there will be less projects willing to spend money to invest into projects because they are just not making enough money. But when everything is bullish, when price is going up and going well, you will see more audits that are paying more and more. So you want to be prepared for when that happens. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the different things that you can do to be prepared, to make sure you are ready when the time is right, which is right now because we are in a bullish market and everything is going up, and it will continue to go up for a few months or years if you're lucky. So pay attention, learn as much as you can, and apply it because this is the time to make money. And then you can relax after the market is going down, when everything is, well, simply not working as expected, so you're ready to make money. Okay, so first, participate in competitions, get good at it. You want to be prepared, you want to be aware of the new bugs, new vulnerabilities that can be affecting contracts. The best way to do that is to participate in Solidity auditing competitions like Code Arena, Code for Arena, and Code Hawks. You can see this. This is Code for Arena. And it basically consists on you become a warden, which is like an auditor, and you participate in contests like this, where you simply view the audit and get access to the contracts or code and submit your findings. The sooner you submit those and the clearer they are, the more you're taking over the pool of money here. In this case, they're paying $100,000 based on the severity of the bug and how often it happens. So a bug that is very likely to happen and has a high impact on draining funds, that project is obviously going to pay more for that type of security fix. So you want to view the audits, participate in them, and submit your findings using Code for Arena. Everybody's open to participate, which is great. Then there is Code Hawks. I prefer this one because it shows you different contests. Same thing, you participate in them. But another good thing about this is that you can read reports to learn from other people. Like, you see, this is a project that paid for an audit, and it shows you all the different severity bugs, all the different findings that people submitted, and the vote on the judges. As you can see, most of them are valid and some of them are just invalid. You don't want to pay attention to those bugs. So what you do is you go to the list of findings, of submissions, and search for those where they are mostly valid. Once you find one or so that is, blue, not red, because those are just not accepted for whatever reason. Although it could help to analyze to see what is the reason why these are not accepted. But then you can simply go to ones that are accepted. You simply access the report. You try to see how they did it, what they found, how they found it. You try to reverse engineer their process because finding bugs is a thing that follows a process. You don't simply try random things, which you can do, but you naturally have a process, a system that you follow, so that you can actually find those things. Maybe you have a list of vulnerabilities that you're familiar with, and from there you can go through all of them and try to find if those are similar and things like that. That's why it's very helpful if you are auditing, let's say, an AI project. You want to find previous AI projects and see if the same issues happen to this new type of project. For instance, in decentralized exchanges, it's very common that they are affected by Oracle attacks. So if you find a new decentralized exchange that needs to be audited, you simply go to previous findings of similar projects and apply them to that new project so that you can see if they apply or not. That's the fastest way, because they're very related and the same issues may be applying to them. Then you can simply learn by reading reports from Certic and OpenZeppelin, among other, of course, other projects. I have a nice blog here where they explain the lessons they learned from auditing this Aptos smart contract. And the thing is that they use the Move programming language, which is a very innovative language that was created by Facebook. I'm going to go into depth about how important it is to learn new languages that are not just Solidity in a moment. But as you can see here, it tells you everything that you need to know about how they think about, how they find these issues, how to analyze a specific smart contract written in the Move programming language. And of course, there's OpenZeppelin, the most famous auditing company out there. You simply go down here in the main page and you read the reports right here. Again, all the audits are public after they have been completed. You simply go through each one of them and you learn about their findings. You see, it contains everything. They audit mostly Solidity smart contracts, so it's very helpful to see what happened, what type of issues you can find. But yeah, you want to learn the report and have the code on the same page so you can actually find those issues and then write down your notes, write down a summary that you can apply in your next audit. Learning about audits, it's a very time-consuming process, but it's worth it because you become good at it. And then you want to specialize in new programming languages. If you want to really compete and make the most money, you want to be someone that is very rare, very well in demand, because audits in Solidity are very common. There is so many auditors, so naturally the price goes down because there are less projects available because they're taken up by the competition. So either you get very, very good at it, which is a good thing you can do, of course, or you can specialize in new programming languages like Solana smart contracts. They are written in Rust. So if you can learn Rust, if you know how to audit those types of contracts, you can be much better off, because there are many programmers that don't know about Rust. So you can have that benefit on your side. Then there is the Move language that we've seen here. It is used by some blockchains. In this case, it's Aptos, one of them. And you want to pay attention to those, not just because it's a nice language, but because Aptos, it has the potential to become a high market cap type of blockchain, because layer 1 projects that have their own programming language are very much likely to grow in the future to make a lot of money. So it's a win-win. You learn about this project, you learn about the programming language, and you participate in it naturally because you become familiar with the programming language, with the project itself, which allows you to be early into new developments, into the community, into new projects, and even launch your own on that blockchain, which is a very, very fast and effective way to make money if you are committed and capable. So as you can see here, it's written in Rust. So Rust, it's becoming quickly a must language for any auditors or developers in blockchain. So if you need at least to know the basics. And then of course they have their own structure that you need to understand. Just like Solana, they have their own setup for every project. Then there's Base, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain. All of those are written in the Ethereum virtual machine. So you want to know the differences, because even though the code is in Solidity or a similar language like YOL or others, you still want to know about them, because they're different. In fact, I've noticed that Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain, they're not the same in terms of opcodes. Some opcodes are not available on Binance Smart Chain, like self-destruct and different things that have been affected on Ethereum are not being applied to Binance Smart Chain. Another good thing that you can do is go to the evm.codes page, which I recommended before, and simply learn about the opcodes, go through each one of them, reproduce in the playground, see how this works, because once you understand this, you understand the blockchain on a low level, and this allows you to develop much better smart contracts, understand gas optimizations, issues that could happen for people that use assembly or YUL in their code, because they do. And then again, specializing contracts like Huff. Let me show you this one. Specialize in languages like Huff. This is a very uncommon language, but if you are specialized in it, you can participate in projects that use it. Like you see Aztec protocol, and others may be using it because this is the fastest, the most effective way to make gas optimizations and write very efficient smart contracts. So if you know about this, you will be much better off. Then we have CK Sync, Scroll, Chronos, Darknet. All of them have their own programming languages. In fact, Darknet has Cairo, I believe, Cairo. And it's a different programming language. I believe it's in Rust again. But there's very few people that know about this or that are good at it. So if you become specialized in this, you can really make a lot of money because, well, the projects that launch on Darknet will need some audits, will need security, and you will provide that by analyzing their code. What is Cairo used for? It's for different applications. It's a very effective way to outbid the competition, to be the one that takes the $50,000 audit and things like that. There's Chronos, which allows you to launch your own blockchain. In fact, I believe it was, this one is for crypto.com. This is their own blockchain. So yeah, this one is also great. You want to pay attention to this to see how this works, to analyze the code. That's how you outbid the competition. This is how you become an expert in a very specific narrow field, so that when someone needs to audit their project, they will come to you. And of course, you want to showcase what you learn on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok, every social media. You want to show your learnings, because that will attract people that actually want audits. Now, the earning potential I wrote here, it can be from the low hundreds to high five-figure payouts, or even $1 million payouts if you audit layer 1 protocols like, Chronos. If you audit this project itself, you can earn a ton of money. But of course, this won't be a solo type of audit. It will need to be with a team. So you need to build a team, get people that are experienced to work with you, that will help you for the large audits. But yeah, it can be from the low hundreds for projects like, if you go to Pinkcell, they provide in the docs a section for audit partners, and you can see that these audits, they are very cheap. They are $300 or so, but they do a lot of audits. Look at that, 1,800. They do a quick review of the code. They don't go, they don't deal with complex projects that are written from scratch. They usually deal with projects that are typically similar to what they've seen before. And these guys are making a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. They know what they're doing. So you can be one of them. You can create your own company and participate in that by, partnering with Pinkcell. But of course, you gotta ask them what is required to be there on their Telegram channel. There's also high price like Big Shield. All of these are very specialized auditing companies, and I guess there's a difference between them. But yeah, you want to learn about their audit reports, you can see here. Because every company has a different way to audit, then you can have your own and start from there. When I say that you can earn $5,000 or $10,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 per audit, I mean Those are where someone reaches out to you, a project owner reaches out to you directly because they trust you, because they've seen your audits, they've seen your expertise, and they want to work directly with you. Those are very like consulting work. It's more like, it's not so typical as auditing a contract that you've seen before. This is a more specialized type of task where you're working with a contract that's been written from scratch without using any other old code that we are aware of. So they pay a lot. Of course, there's, the more complexity, the higher the payout. Now, as much as you can, you want to earn at least a partial of your earnings in tokens, because the projects that audit are usually good projects. These guys are spending money on security, which is probably the last concern of any type of project, either because they don't have the money or because they don't care. If a project has the money and cares, that's a good project right there. So projects that audit their own project are good. They are by default good. Now, of course, not all of them are like experts or something that's going to blow up in type of market cap. But you, as much as you can, you want to earn at least a 10%, a 20, or a half, or entire payout in tokens, because then you can increase your earnings. Not only while the audit is in progress, but after the audit is in progress, after the audit is completed, usually you can expect a price increase for their own token, because it reveals that they are serious about security and things like that. But of course, that's my opinion. You can take your payout as however you want. Usually it's in stable coins. So that's it. That's how you get good at auditing. That's just how you make a lot of money in this industry without being affected by market trends. Of course, you will be affected if the market is bullish or bearish, because naturally there will be less money available for people to invest into projects. But once you become good at this, you can be recognized as an expert, and at that point you will receive constant requests for audits that you won't know what to do with them. It happens with the highest professionals. They receive constant audits, and you simply build a team from there. That team will deliver everything. Just make sure they're doing a good job, which is not easy. Dealing with a team, it's a task, a job on itself. So you want to make sure the quality is to your standards. Hire good professionals, pay them well, because they will pay themselves in the way they work. Because the highest risk that you can run is if you audit a project and a security vulnerability is detected by another auditing company, or your project itself falls, or the project itself falls into a very common type of hack. If that were to happen and you were the auditor of the company, will be, your reputation will be damaged, because it's they're trusting to you, and if you didn't do a good job, they risk their reputation, your reputation, and people's money. So this is a serious project, a serious job that needs to be very, very well calibrated. You don't want to deliver an audit that is half-assed. You want to pay attention to all the security vulnerabilities. Write down a list of types of issues. Like for decentralized exchanges, you can go to past audits, write down the potential issues that you found, go through news regarding hacks, exploits, all of these different things. They're every day. They're happening every day pretty much. So you can find them and you can learn from them and become the best. And that's how you make hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars. Hope this has been helpful. See you soon. Make sure to subscribe and join my Telegram group.